Dr. Jackie.
And I'm Tash Lorraine.
And welcome to
CANNVERSATIONS,
where we talk about everything cannabis culture.
While going off on a few tangents.
Because we make the rules.
Not you.
So there.
Yeah.
Today we're going to talk about the problems with growing your own shit. Because we've had issues.
Holy shit.
But I have to say that despite the issues, our plants have rebounded like virally tenfold.
It's actually crazy. So for those of you guys that are following us at Cannababe Tea, you'll see what we've gone through. We've weathered the storm.
Literally.
Spider mites, worms, the heat. It's been
And Titus the dog.
And Titus eating his salad almost every day.
Almost every day.
I mean, we've gone through it, but our plants are like unfazed.
Unfazed.
Yeah.
In fact, they're taller than us now.
It's amazing.
It's crazy.
We're having the best
Like,
growth.
have a look at this. I'm just going to put it out here for those that are watching on YouTube. This is our Gorilla Skittles plant.
Mm-hmm.
And this is Tash beside the Gorilla Skittles plant.
Look at that. And when did we plant them? I think it was around the end of May. So
Yeah, I think it was like the May 2-4 weekend.
May 2-4
Victoria Day
weekend.
weekend here in Canada. We're in Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
And today is, the
July
days are
the 12th? Yeah.
July 12th. So that is
1 month plus
12.
2 weeks, 3 weeks.
So when we brought the mothers over, you'll remember in our very first vlog, it was the day that we brought the mothers
That's right.
over.
We did. Yeah.
And they were about this big.
Knee high to a grasshopper.
Crazy. They're outgrowing both of us.
They are. They're 7 feet tall.
Yep. And
For
we
God's
are.
sakes.
They're 7 feet tall, and we have 3
And one
more
has
months.
undergone surgery already.
Show them the
Literally surgery. So we had a hurricane here in Toronto this week.
We're so extra though. Was it a hurricane? It was like this flash, like God was punishing us.
It ripped an entire arm off of one of our plants.
It did. I heard
Jackie.
I
No,
heard that
was it
trees-
Jackie? Jack Hare? Who was it?
no,
Who's
it
over
was
there?
Gorilla Skittles got
No.
snapped in half, and White Tahoe cookies.
White Tahoe cookies.
Oh, she got split down the
Split.
middle. It seemed like she was struck by lightning, but I
Yes.
think we might be extra right now. But
Andy comes home and he's like, "Why didn't you go out in the hurricane and the lightning and like hold all the plants?" I'm like, "Well, because they're in a 20-foot radius. I don't have that many arms. Number one. Number two, it's friggin' raining and lightning."
Andy's, it's, you know what? I love how protective he is of our plants because Jackie, they're almost magical. Like they went through the neem issue. We oversprayed them with neem and they just almost died on us. They
Spider
literally were
mite
like-
neem problem.
Spider mites were attacking
Andy
them.
squished bugs in his fingers, squished worms
Worms.
that were growing on, I think it was Gorilla.
It's terrible. So we went through a lot with these girls. So we know that
They bounced back.
They bounced back. And as you can see, they're just happy as ever.
Happy as clams.
Yep. And I'm happy too because
Is there anything more that can happen?
yeah. we have 3 more months to go, so keep watching and we'll see what else happens.
Oh
if
my
something
God.
else happens.
I feel like I'm like babysitting children.
This is what we do. Our summer is like taking care of children that are in the ground. You have to worry about them.
So last year we had just one strain, didn't we?
Two
We had
strains.
AK and Northern.
That's right.
And that just put everybody to sleep because we made really potent strains and everybody's like, "Dude, your weed? No, can't do it."
They called
It's
it
like-
gasolina. I had some friends that were literally calling it gasolina, and I was like, "That's funny because
What are you talking
they're
about?
completely organic." Like
They were organic.
It was water
They
and sun
thought,
from God.
I know people asked Andy if he'd laced it with something else, and I'm like, no, these were completely organic, no pesticides, no
Nothing.
lacing, and no.
They are just very potent.
And they just hung in the man cave upside down until we put them in jars, and then he burped them every bloody day. Burped the jars.
burp your jars.
Oh my goodness, we
Yeah.
still have a bunch. But yeah, they were really potent. And this year we decided to, because that didn't work for me. I just, like, I've
Way too
never been
strong.
able to deal with any of
Way
this
too
indica
strong.
stuff. So we did some sativa mixes and sativa hybrids this year, right?
Yes, we did.
So hopefully this year what we can do now is take these 5 different plants. We'll have a crop of 5 different strains, make 5 different butters, 5 different tinctures, 5 different oils, and infuse our Cannababe meals in a different way. And speaking of such,
Yes. Tell
we
me.
were talking about what we should call these Cannababe meals.
I know. And I'm a little bit more out there. I'm extra. So I'm thinking we should call it something a little bit sassy. You know? I would say tipsy dinners.
Tipsy dinners.
Because that's what they are.
They are. You feel a little tipsy, but we have to put like a disclaimer that says, you know, show up in an Uber, leave in an Uber.
Pretty much. Get fucked up at your own risk.
Yeah,
like,
at your own risk, but we are not going to send anybody home in their own car. That's not going to happen.
No, absolutely
because there's
not.
also going to be some wine. We're not going to do heavy liquor. We're going to do wine and an infused meal like you would at a restaurant, but you must be able to get home. But we're going to assume that people are not going to be able to drive. I think that's the best assumption to make. Let's all be safe.
Yep.
And moralistic, and let's just send them in a friggin' Uber. So, yeah.
We want to make sure that you all get home safely. So when you come here and you have a tipsy dinner with us, you're going to get turned up, because that's the whole point of it. But you're going to get home safely.
Yes.
And eventually,
You're going to come back.
you're going to come back.
And then send your friends.
Or we can even come to you.
That's right. So listen, I want to talk a little bit about our plan, because people are like, who are Cannababes? You know, what are you guys? You're just like, what, influencers? Wah, wah, wah. You just like put yourself out in front there.
What is an influencer?
Wah, wah,
That's such
wah. I don't know. Yeah, as somebody who models and then gets sponsored by some company to
I just love weed and I want everybody to know how much I love it.
We are
That's all.
the Cannababes.
Yes.
And we want to make your life better.
Better.
So this is how we've decided to do it.
Tell me.
Our future plans are this. In addition to, you know, our podcast and our vlogs and whatever the hell else we do with our stories and our Instagram for fun, right? The people can watch us, follow along the story. We're kind of like our own little reality series. I want to do these infused meals because we both cook well.
Yes, I went to George Brown Chef School.
And I won a cooking competition on the Food
Oh,
Network.
Jackie's amazing. I come here to eat. Like, Jackie, nobody has to teach you. You're welcome.
I love cooking. We have fun cooking. We
have
already
such a
cooked
good
today. We have prepared our whole meal for today.
You'll see it.
You have no idea.
Yeah.
So
You're in for a good time.
yeah, it's good. So I want to do infused meals here. Then I want to take our infused meals out on the road a little bit. So go to other people's homes or venues, whatever. Teach them how to infuse things. I want to make a cookbook. Just a basic one, like how to infuse easily.
Yeah.
And it's mostly going to be on the infusing part of it. So like, how do you infuse chicken? How do you infuse a salad? How do you infuse a steak?
That's
How do you infuse a dessert? You know, just simple. Not like how to cook that meal, but how to add, you know, cannabis to that meal.
That's it. You know what? This is what I love about us is we allow people to self-infuse. So we will infuse a bunch of sauces, salad dressings, gravies.
Or just leave it basic. So we'll tell you what the milligram is for this amount of the butter, this amount of the tincture, this amount of the oil, and you can infuse it yourself.
Infuse yourself.
And if you don't know what to take, we're going to stick with the Canadian guidelines, which is one dose is 10 milligrams,
That's right.
which is low for people who do cannabis a lot, which is probably high for people who have never done it all. So it's actually a good place to start.
It's microdosing.
Microdosing.
It's very safe.
Yeah.
And with edibles, you have to, like, this is why we're trying to create an environment, because you have to have the time to sit back and relax and let it kick in. Because edibles, you don't eat it and feel something right away.
No.
You consume it.
Yeah, it's not like alcohol where you drink it and about 5 or 10 minutes later you're like,
You're lit. It ain't like that.
Or when you smoke a joint, which I don't smoke, as you know, but I just watch you guys. You're like, oh, right away you feel something.
Literally.
With an edible, it can take up to an hour.
An hour.
Yeah.
So we want to create an environment where you can come and
where we
relax.
spend the hour.
We spend a few hours.
We spend a few hours, but we spend at least an hour.
At least an hour.
Before we infuse, we spend an hour, we talk, we eat, we enjoy, and then we start asking people how they feel. I feel nothing. Okay, well, let's infuse a little bit more for you. Have a glass of wine.
But we take time in between courses so that you can see how you feel, and then
but
you
we
can
also
either...
have to talk, because the whole thing about a dinner party is it's not about the food. It really isn't. The food is the lubricant.
It's about the company.
That's right.
And
it's
the
about the company, the conversation. It's about, you know, especially in these COVID times, right? Joining together, being able to, you know, hang out. Now we can do bubbles of 10, bubbles of 20 is coming soon. It's just a matter of being able to converse with people, relate with like-minded individuals who want to check this out. This natural, God-given plant that's been on this planet forever.
ever. Let's figure out how to enjoy it.
Yeah. Enjoy it safely,
safely,
responsibly.
That's right.
And morally.
That's right.
Right?
Until we started growing weed, I might have thought, oh my God, that's a drug. Like, yeah, like even though I was partaking in it, I didn't care if it was a drug. But now I know it's just a plant.
It's just a
It's
plant.
like green tea. It literally just it's from God. And so if
You
you're
just have to
interested-
understand that some plants are stronger than others. I mean, morphine comes from the poppy, right? The opium poppy. Don't worry that it's a drug. Yes, it's a drug. Drugs are things that do good for you. All of those stupid cancer drugs that I had to take, they're like absolutely legal, and I had to take them for chemo. Those are drugs.
Yeah.
They're things that make a change in your body. I'm telling you. So the word drug, the definition of drug is got this nasty stigma, as you said.
We need to change it.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Maybe we just take the word out of our vocabulary.
Can we look up the definition
We call
of
them
drugs?
medicinals instead.
What do they call it? Well, this is what some people have been doing.
They're calling it medicinals instead of drugs. Yes, that's the new vernacular.
Let's look that up.
So
drug definition. I need to know
definition.
for myself. Because
The definition of a drug dictionary is a medicine or other substance which has a physiological
Did you say physiological?
Physiological.
You're so much smarter than me. Effect
when ingested or otherwise introduced into the body.
I'm on drugs.
You're on drugs. All right, thanks
It's
for
been
watching
fun.
Cannababe's Conversations.
Yes, and we're gonna have a meal later on. So
Apparently,
this
we're
is
all
to-
on drugs,
We are though.
whether you know it or don't.
I mean, how else do you get through life? Life is hard, y'all. I just like a spliff.
Listen,
Like
God put those
shit.
drugs out there for us to use.
Absolutely.
They keep you from having a heart attack, from having a seizure,
I'm here for that.
and you get the medicinal benefits of weed. So
there
we are.
Yay, drugs!
Woo!
All right, y'all.
See you next
See
time.
you next time.
And remember, this is our show. We make the rules.
Not you.
We'll see you later.